Get ready for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the long-awaited review, coming to you next week. And for now, our tribute to Richard Donner. Hey, you guys.
Hey, everyone. So, sad news. Richard Donner passed away the other day, and we felt it best to do a tribute to one of the greatest directors. Now, Richard got his big break with The Omen. Now, much like The Exorcist and Poltergeist, The Omen had a real terrible production history. Crew and cast got sick, and a number of crew members died. I think it was the visual effects or stunt supervisor. He was meant to get on a flight, but something happened, so he didn't make the flight, and then the next day he found out that flight had crashed and over 200 passengers or so died. Then, fires happened, and a whole heap of some people's careers failed because they got threats and they needed to go into protection because they were in that devil movie. See what happens when you talk about The Omen? I just had something fall off my desk. And there's voices. So yeah, The Omen, a classic horror film. And it's up there with Amityville, The Exorcist, all that. And Richard Donner broke in with a horror film. That's how you get into Hollywood, people. Many A-list stars and top-time directors started with a horror. And what did Donner follow up with? Dun da da! Superman, the movie. One of the best comic book films ever made. Great effects for its time. Awesome cast. Gene Hackman, Christopher Reeve, rest in peace. Margot Kidder, rest in peace. Mark McClure. Jackie Cooper. I think he might be alive or may have passed. But, yeah. Oh, and Marlon Brando. Rest in peace. Of course, you got Terrence Stamp, Sarah Douglas, and Jack O'Halloran. Hopefully, I've done my research and my memory serves me right. So, you got that big cast in one of the biggest comic book films made, with the famous tagline, "You'll believe a man can fly." And boy, flying effects today still hold up a lot better than the new Superman films. You can tell they're not there. So how is it they made it possible back in 78, but in 2013 up until now, it looks like a video game? Practicality beats animation. Okay, animation is okay sometimes because the old TV show with George Reeves had an animated flying sequence when he flew, and it was cool for the time, so it can work. But yeah, so Superman the movie was filmed back to back with Superman 2. Richard Donner was fired after completing like 75% of Superman 2. Then Richard Lester, who hadn't directed anything before, he was brought on. He was like cinematographer. And so he finished Superman 2, a lot of cuts and changes. It was a pretty good hit. Then in 2006, we got the Richard Donner cut. So his vision, so it was the Snyder cut before the Snyder cut. It's alright, but personally, the Richard Lester version is better. I know that may be controversial, but if you see the Donner cut, some parts make no sense. Like things just happen without any build-up. Like the little Texas town, that just shows up in ruins. It doesn't build up with the three Kryptonians having a standoff with the sheriff and his deputy. That's not in there. It's just, boom, there's a little town in ruins. Then there's some test footage used, so Clark's hair changes. So not even using some digital enhancements to fix, they just threw things in there. But the effects that they did match how the effects would be in 1980. Yeah, the film was done in 78, but all the post was done probably in 79. But yeah, 2006, we got the Donner cut of Superman 2. So good on him for seeing his vision. Really, and it was so much a hit, they did a cinematic release for the anniversary, and so it went well. And then a few years after, we got the Goonies, because they are good enough. It's similar to Indiana Jones, which is interesting because Steven Spielberg worked with Donner on the Goonies, and of course he directed Indiana Jones, and it's got Jonathan Key Kwan, who was in Temple of Doom. So, and it's just fun. Has Josh Brolin as Brand, who went on to be quite famous. He played Cable in Deadpool 2. He's in it, and his dad was in the Amityville Horror with Margot Kidder, who played Lois Lane. So all these connections just happened. And yeah, so the Goonies, great adventure. They go to find One-Eyed Willie's lost treasure. Of course, it's got a fan favorite Sloth. Awesome character. With his line, "Hey you guys," which Chuck originated. It's got the truffle shuffle, lift it up and however it's done. So it's quotable. Got the Fratellis in there, Robert Davey, Joe Paletta, Nemo. I'm sorry for mispronouncing names, but Goonies, great film. Then you got the Lethal Weapon franchise with Mad Mel and Danny Glover. Great series, 4 films. TV show didn't really last. There was speculation of a crossover of Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, but didn't happen. But yeah, Richard Donner will be missed. He gave us many great films, all quotable, all big hits. The sequels, spin-offs, not so much. But yeah, he was one of a kind. We'll miss him here, and thank you for the memories and all these great films.